Now, in springboarding right off what we're discussing regarding Italy, we're going to be discussing Romania at this point. Now, their situation was a little bit different. They were concerned about their position and whether or not they're going to be dragged into the war because they weren't actually bound by any alliances. So, Bucharest began building stockpiles of munitions and getting their people mobilized and ready for war, nonetheless, that even though they hadn't actually fought or fired a shot. But there was a border dispute for quite some time with the area of Hungary and the Romanian governments. The area of Transylvania. The area was almost 60% Romanian, but it was in the area of Hungary. And there's no way that they could actually come to an agreement on this. And quite frankly, they wanted their area back primarily because a large majority of their people were there. And the Romanians had watched closely at what had been going on with the Austro-Hungarians during the war. They came in, a much larger Austro-Hungary initially is getting manhandled by a much smaller Serbia. Germany has to step in and save them. After that situation, it was noted by a German officer who referred to Austro-Hungary. They said, "We are shackled to a corpse." Germany had to pretty much carry the load on that matter. And they also witnessed how the Austro-Hungarians were also being beaten quite thoroughly by the Russians in the Galicia region. And so they figured if they were able to, this was their opportunity. This is the chance they had to really take their ethnic region by force. And so they entered into negotiations with Britain and France, and the larger powers acknowledged their sovereign claim over the area of Transylvania. And the Romanian government declared war in August of 1916. They sent their troops over the Austro-Hungarian border. And things were initially going well, but what they didn't realize, they didn't think about the fact was the whole Big Brother thing. Germany. They began sending German troops in that area, and the German troops organized the Austro-Hungarian troops and some Turkish troops in that area into an effective fighting force. Not only do they push the Romanians back, they start pushing into Romania as well. And by the first week of December, they're attacking the Romanian capital. And the Romanians pretty much surrender at that point. So they weren't even in the war 4 months. So at this point, Germany had knocked out 3 major belligerents. In 1914, they had knocked out Belgium. 1915, they knocked out Serbia. And in 1916, they had knocked out Romania. Granted, Romania, they'd be occupied and bad things would be happening, but they'd get pretty much all of that back and more when the Treaty of Versailles would take place in 1919. So there you go.